angel of light, come into me, show me what I need to see.
Hi, my name is Pauline with PaulineVictoria.com. Thank you for participating in this conversation with me. This week, the question or inquiry I'm going to be answering is about my parents. Someone wrote to me and recognized that being and having such a great attitude as mine, I must have had great parents, and they wanted me to tell them or you about my parents. So I think the best way to illustrate what kind of parents I had is to just tell you about the day that I was born. The day that I was going to be born was to be expected with great anticipation and excitement. I was my parents' firstborn child, and all the routine tests and ultrasounds showed that I was going to be a completely normal child, and they were excited to welcome me into the world. Well, I was actually born a month early, and my parents already knew that they were going to go through a cesarean. Because I was breached, my mother knew that a cesarean was necessary. So when my mother went into labor, they brought her into the hospital. And back in the 70s when I was born, the women were actually made unconscious to have the cesarean procedure done. So my mother was completely unaware and unconscious during my birth. Needless to say that when the doctors pulled me out, they were quite shocked with what they found. And because my mother was unconscious, my father was the first person that they told. Well, I can't even imagine what kind of thoughts and feelings were going through my father internally, but externally he was really practical about the whole thing. He thought about prosthetics and wheelchairs and the various resources that might be available to me in order for me to experience a full life. And he was also very brave because he chose to be the person to tell my mother what had happened to her baby. And when my mother finally came to, my father entered the room and proceeded to tell her that the expected perfect daughter was not so perfect, that I didn't have 10 toes and 10 fingers. And my mother responded with only 4 words. And those words were, "Thy will be done." You see, my father approached the situation with practicality and hope. My mother approached it with faith and love, because she didn't understand why this was happening. She thought she had done everything right, and yet this is happening. And she allowed herself to surrender to maybe something bigger than herself. Well, it was natural back then for the doctors to come in and talk to the parents that had a child with complications and to tell them their options. And one of the options was to give me up into an institution where I would be surrounded with the professionals and facilities needed in order to meet my needs. Well, my parents heard what the doctors were saying. They understood that they had no experience, that they had no knowledge, that they had no preparation for this circumstance. And it was all very logical and all very reasonable. And yet, my parents chose to relinquish that option and chose to embrace that hope, that faith, and that love. And they took me home. And they continued to rear me in a way that made me believe in myself, made me understand that I was a valuable human being and I was worthy of experiencing a full life just like everybody else. And I am always amazed and in awe of being able to be part of that story and being able to tell you that story right now. I know that there are people that might be watching this because people have come up to me and said, well, Pauline, you were lucky. You had parents that loved you. You had parents that believed in you. I wasn't so lucky. Maybe you had parents that gave you up. Maybe you had parents that gave up on you. Maybe you had parents that didn't give you enough love and attention that you deserved and craved. And to that, I respond, we all have pasts. Some can be looked upon with a smile and joy like mine. Others may be a past full of darkness and sadness. And yet, although I do have so much grateful feelings and appreciation and love for the choices my parents made, I choose what direction I move in. I choose what steps I take. I choose the attitude I approach every day. And I believe that we can't truly be in the moment now, and we can't truly move forward into a clear picture, a clear future, when we have one foot in the past, whether it be a good past or a hard past. And I think you can do this too. I don't know what your past is. I don't know what kind of parents you had. But I do know that you have the ability to choose your attitude, to choose your perspective, maybe see things in a different way. And maybe, just maybe, the story of my parents, the faith, love, and hope that they chose to approach this unforeseen circumstance can inspire you to use and approach each circumstance with that same faith, love, and hope, or at least a positive attitude. And know that no matter what the circumstance is, there's always hope and you can get through it. And maybe it's for something bigger than we can foresee. So I hope that illustrates to you what kind of parents I have. And if you're watching right now, Mom and Dad, thank you for everything. Because your way of raising me has allowed me to talk to all of the people out there. So thank you very much. Please leave your comments below or put questions to keep this conversation going in the comment section below. Or you can send me email directly to Pauline at paulinevictoria.com. That email address is Pauline at paulinevictoria.com. Thank you again for participating in this conversation with me and bearing with my tears every once in a while. I just get so touched and moved by many things. So thank you so much, and until we meet again, be blessed.
Angel of light, come into me, show me what I